Hello. So if anyone would like to, get some links on the slides or maybe some code examples, then it is available on my website pocztarski.com/stg, which is for switching to Go. And my name is Rafał Pocztarski. I am a software developer at Paramount. In my free time, I'm playing at Code Wars because you always have to get some good, work-life balance. And when all you do all day is write TypeScript, then you want to just go home and write in some other languages. So I noticed that when I write my solutions on Code Wars, they tend to look something like this. So this is probably like the reaction that I cannot write a code like this at work. So I just free myself from the restrictions of readability, and they tend to look like this. Then you start to write examples like this. Of course, it's always nice to compare yourself to other examples, other solutions that have 5 screenfuls of text, and this solves the same thing. But then you start looking like some faces in your code, and you think that you are going a little bit crazy when you write a code like this that actually looks maybe impossible, but actually it works. You can see those examples on Code Wars in my collection if you want to take a look. But of course, you would have to write your own solution to see other solutions. But I noticed one thing, that when I started to do some Go solutions on Code Wars, I just tend to not go so crazy as I do when I write TypeScript or JavaScript. So even though they say the same things, I'm like doing it some crazy ways in TypeScript. Sometimes even some solutions like this one in TypeScript is much more efficient, but not really efficient in a way that how much time you would have to spend to explain it to someone, because it's or even understanding myself when I was digging up those examples. Those are pretty old, and only when I looked at the Go example, I just understood, okay, I know what is going on right now. It's can be simplified, could not use the map for the memory. But then I noticed that when I write Go, I'm not going so crazy as when I write TypeScript or JavaScript. So I, few years ago, I started thinking that I should just maybe switch to writing Go professionally, because on my daily basis, I write mostly TypeScript on the backend with Node.js. But there is one problem, that I am not exactly known from writing Go. So when anyone tries to, when I try to apply for some Go job, then someone checks me out, and everything is about me is about JavaScript. By the way, if someone would need some consulting with jQuery, then I have a silver badge on Stack Overflow. I might do some freelancing if anyone is interested, because this is my best days of doing front-end work before I switch exclusively to back-end. So maybe someone would like to know it. And then when I was for a few years thinking about switching from TypeScript to Go, I noticed a post announced by Ryan Kavanaugh, but the developer lead for the TypeScript team at Microsoft, and also the talks by Anders Heilsberg, which is incidentally he wrote Turbo Pascal, which was my first serious programming environment when I was a kid. So, and they actually announced that the TypeScript itself is going to move to be implemented in Go. So I was a little bit disappointed that not when I was planning to switch from TypeScript to Go, it actually turned out that TypeScript itself is switching faster than me. So, but it is an interesting subject. They announced it on the discussion at GitHub that you can go here. There is the issue. Ryan announced it first. Then Anders Heilsberg explained the decision. And actually, if you like to read some flame wars that are going on in decisions like this, maybe you are a fan of reading the old discussions between Linus Torvalds and Andrew Tannenbaum, which is better, the microkernels or monolithic kernels. in operating systems, then you can be not disappointed when you will be reading the comments under those threads. I actually wanted to get some screenshots, but it was very hard for me to choose something because there is like mostly the sentiment is that like, first of all, why not Rust? This was like #1 question. The second question was why not C#? Even some people like said that they are like ditching C# programming altogether because this is like an insult for them that someone who is like known for leading the C# development chose Go instead of C#. But it's interesting that like I didn't hear anything like this when TypeScript compiler was written in JavaScript or TypeScript that people were complaining. But when they switched to Go, then everyone is disappointed that they didn't switch to their own favorite language. But actually, what was very interesting is that they got like instant 10x speed up of the compiler just by doing some automatic translations, because they didn't like, this is not like a full rewrite. They call it a port because they wrote some tools to automatically translate the code written in TypeScript to code written in Go. And for me, that is the most interesting thing, that it was even possible to do. So for simpler projects that are written already in TypeScript, it's not such a big effort to go to Go. For some reasons, like people were asking why not Rust, for example, because there is no like garbage collector there. So it could be had to be completely redesigned, like the memory management. But as you can see, this is like those files have like 12,000 lines of code, and they are very similar in TypeScript and Go for the new compiler. So this is very interesting. But what is also very interesting is how people like feel very strongly about the choice of the programming language. So a lot of people are disappointed about like why not Rust, why not F#, why not C#, why not Haskell, why not I mean the most of the discussions is why not something else than Go. But it was of course very good because they could explain why actually Go was very good fit for that. Like for example, they didn't use a lot of classes in TypeScript, but more functional programming that Go is good for. They did a lot of relying on garbage collection for automatic memory management. So also going to a language that doesn't have garbage collection would be much harder than going to Go. And also they get for free like a lot of good optimization. Like the 10x speed up is just mainly because they can utilize more cores automatically, not rely on like web workers or something like this or other processes as they had to do with TypeScript. So this is something to be watching on. Now there is like a preview available that we can use to get the Go version of the TypeScript compiler. But this soon will be the official way to compile TypeScript. So probably everyone will be using it. It is not that surprising that the Go language is used because Docker is written in Go, Kubernetes is written in Go, Terraform, a lot of software that we use. So why not the compiler? But traditionally people are using a lot of, like Rust is very highly used for things like this. There is this fast compiler for TypeScript already in Rust, so people are already using. I already am over my time, so fortunately I guess this was my last slide, but I don't see the slides anymore. So I don't know why. But yeah, it's going crazy like my Code Wars example, I guess. So I guess that I had some, I don't know, links on the last slide, which might be possible to show, but no, this is the speed up. And yes, thanks a lot. This was not a lot of time, but I don't know if the pilot is working. Okay, so yeah, so let's be like allies on Code Wars if anyone is interested. We already also has the WarsawJS clan on Code Wars, so if anyone sets your clan to WarsawJS, then we will be automatically following each other's solutions. So thanks a lot.